What's up, pretty gang? It's your favorite nail tech Peaches, back with another video, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a blood splatter ombre. Now keep in mind, this blood splatter technique can be used for any type of blood splatter you want to do, whether it's full nail, half nail, ombre, anything. Okay, I absolutely love how this came out. And before we get into it, I do want to say, you guys, we have reached 10,000 subscribers the other day. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for subscribing and all the notifications and things like that. I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. Reaching 10,000 subscribers was like literally one of my goals last year, which I did not make. Okay, but I achieved it this year before the new year, and I'm extremely happy. So I just want to say I appreciate all the support. You already know all the other stuff, what it is with all the links down in the description, everything like that. But I wanted to take that first initial time to just say thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. We're still growing, we're still working at it, but y'all have no idea. Yeah, y'all, I'm very excited. I appreciate you guys so much, like words cannot express. So I do also want to say that I did say that I will be doing a giveaway once I hit 10,000 subscribers, which we have hit and surpassed. Okay, per. So once I kind of come up with some giveaway rules, not rules, like entry rules, I'm gonna go ahead and make a separate video for that when it is time. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. And again, I appreciate you guys, like very much so. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So I just threw this in because you guys have not seen me do some coffin nails in a long time. It's not that I can't do coffin or don't like coffin. It's just everybody loves the way I do duck and square. Like those are the two most popular shapes in my chair. So I was like, you know what, it's been a minute since a coffin video has come out, so let me just show you guys how I achieve my coffin. For those of you who don't know, I do not use any pre-shaped tips. I just use regular nail tips from the nail supply. These are just traditional tips. If you've gotten your nails done before 2020, you have absolutely had these tips in the nail shop. They're just regular curved tips. Okay, just gonna throw that out there. I personally like to just use my hand file to shape. The reason why I don't cut either or side is because that is the quickest way to get an uneven shape, because whatever you cut, you can kind of put it back, but not really. You see what I'm saying? So this way I can kind of control exactly what's going on. So that's why I do it like this. It doesn't take up too much time in my day or anything like that. It doesn't add a lot of time to hand shape everything. In my opinion, I feel like it's quicker. Okay, so those are the two colors I'm using. Whatever brand it is, you need a dark, deep red, and you need a bright red, and you need a scrub brush. Okay, what we're gonna do is lay down the background work. Okay, because this is an ombre set, we need to lay down our tip color, which in this case is going to be blood splatter. The easiest way to do so is to dip your brush kind of in both, a little heavier on the darker red, and we're just going to tap here and there. Do not be concerned with getting this perfect, and you can get this on the natural nail a little bit. Because this is an ombre, we want the effect as though it is ombreing down. If you keep it too low, it's going to drag your ombre really far down. It's not going to give the effect like the color or quote-unquote nail bed is blending down into it. Okay, now when you do this, you only need to cure it for maybe like 10 seconds, just enough for it to cure. Then we're going to go in and do it again. This is optional. I only went in a second time because I felt like I didn't do enough the first time. Okay, you don't want to overload the background to where it becomes red. It can apply to all blood splatter, no matter what, ombre, regular, little tiny piece here and there. You don't want the background to become red. You want the background to peek through so it looks splattered enough. If you like how you did it the first go around, then you can skip doing it a second time. Okay, so each time we do something, we're going to cure it for about 10 seconds. Now we're going to take our daughter tool, and as you can see, I am laying it thick in the red. Okay, don't be scared, lay it thick, because this is going to look like glossy thick blood. And we're going to go ahead and emphasize certain areas out of the blood splatter. So the areas where you lay down the brush and it makes bigger droplets or thicker spreads, we are going to go ahead and emphasize those areas. You want to use the smaller end of a dotting tool only because it gives you a more precise look. We really want to focus on like the centers of these shapes that we're doing. So like you don't want to just trace and outline the whole entire thing. You kind of want to focus it in a little bit. And the reason why this seems like there's so many steps and so many back and forth is because blood splatter is layered. There is depth. There's different color variations, which is why we're using two different colors. there's just a lot going on to it. And I apologize for this angle. I didn't realize that the camera was pointed so far down. Okay, so you see how we're focused more in the center. It's really more, we're laying it on thick, we're not keeping it too thin, and that's because it's going to give us the depth that we need. Okay, so that I'm going to go ahead and cure for about 10 seconds. So then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do it again, right? And this part you can play with. Sometimes I do it the once and I don't cure, and I tap it with a brush, and then I cure, and then I do it again. Whatever you feel like is going to give you the best look. Don't be afraid of the fact that the droplets look so kind of out there and standing out, because when you top coat, it's going to show you the exact depth that you've created. So I'm going to go in one more time, because on this layer I'm going to take my brush, as you can see, and oh, I'm lying. Okay, well, somewhere in here I took my brush and I kind of tapped it again. I think I cut it out just for time's sake. But again, you can go ahead and play with it as you need to create that depth, and you're going to top coat it. Now, you don't have to top coat a lot on the nail bed, but you want to some, just so that way the liquid and stuff don't interfere. This color is Coconut Cream from the Chocolate Bar collection, the Not Polished collection. You guys don't forget I have a coupon code that will save you 10% off, code PEACHES. Use it at checkout. Okay, so we want to top coat because we want to protect the monomer and the polish. Fun fact, if monomer touches polish, it is going to make it just straight up peel. Okay, so ombre is normal. Now with the gloss, because we have top coat, it is going to make your bead slip a little bit more, and it can take away from some of the opacity that you need in the cuticle area. If you have a hard time, like, I guess, working with that, you can buff the top coat a little bit just to give something for the acrylic to stick to. If it doesn't bother you any, then go ahead and proceed as normal. I personally lay the first bead and I get that initial ombre down, and then, you know, a few seconds later when it dries slightly, I'll go ahead with another bead sometimes, and I will kind of continue off just to ombre down where we need to get the best blend. Now for me personally, I'm also going to say this is not my best ombre application on this particular nail, but you guys get the hint. So when it comes to ombres that are patterned or designed, I personally like to keep a short ombre, meaning that pretty much once it gets past where the nail tip and the natural nail meet, that's like the end of the ombre. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's going to start fading out into whatever's next. The reason I do that is because personally I like the look of it, and secondly, you don't want to end up covering up a good portion of the design that you created. Okay, he is really on my nerves. Like, that don't even make no freaking sense. You guys, people are literally menaces. This don't even make no sense. I apologize, I just got completely distracted. So yeah, you don't want to end up covering up what you took time to do. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to use the clear, and then, you know, that's to give us some structure and to protect our design. I personally use my cuticle bead with the ombre while I'm doing the ombre to give that strength, and then that way I don't have to use so much clear. Now this is taking a while because you need to make sure the sides of the nail tip are covered. I cannot stress that enough. Do you see how I'm pushing it, flattening out, going on the sides, keeping it together, pushing down the middle, going on the sides? That is because if you do not make sure the clear covers the tip of the sides, you're going to have open space between the actual nail tip and the acrylic, and your nail enhancement will fall the fuck apart. Like, not even exaggerating, the acrylic and nail tip will straight up separate. And it's even harder to do this on designs that require top coat because the top coat is so slippery. Okay, so now at this point, you know, I go ahead and shape and do all that. We're on the top coat. You know, this tutorial it doesn't take a lot of effort. This is using skills which you already know, but the main star of the show is the blood splatter. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it was quick. I mean, hell, even I was surprised at how much I cut out. But overall, this is pretty much the look that you're going to end up with, a really nice, realistic looking blood splatter. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.